If you want to request a tutorial, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe with notifications, and tell me what character I should make next. Now, into the tutorial. Hey guys, Blop here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Primid Plush. If you don't know how to sew, I recommend checking out my bullet build tutorial as it teaches you the basics of how to sew. Now, onto the materials. The materials you will need are the two plush patterns, brown, black, and green fabric, along with red, magenta, white, and black felt. Scissors, pins and needles, matching thread, and a glue gun. First, cut out your pattern. Now, you will have all of these pieces. First, take two head pieces and place them on top of each other and sew them along one edge. You will do the same for the other pair. This will be your result. Now you will place them on top of each other and sew them together all the way around, leaving a small hole open at the bottom. This will be your result with the hole at the top. Then flip it right side out and stuff it. This is how it will look. Now, take two body pieces and sew them together along one edge. Then, this is how it will look. Now, you will take your other body piece and place it on top of the two and sew the two sides together, leaving the top open. Now stuff it and do a running stitch at the top to seal it off. If you don't know how to do a running stitch, check out my FNAF tutorial. Then, you will ladder stitch the head onto the body, making sure that the ladder stitch of the head is at the top. Then, this will be your result. Now, you will take your necklace and fold it over itself and stitch it along the long edge. This will be the result. Then, you will take it and wrap it around the neck of your Primid. The necklace may extend too far, so if that happens, you will simply need to cut it short and then continue to stitch it and it will look like this. Now, flip the necklace so that the stitch isn't visible. This is now how it will look. Now, you will take some magenta thread and do a starter stitch at the back, and then pull the thread all the way around the center of the necklace and it should form like this. Now, take an arm piece and fold it over itself and stitch along the long edge. Do this for all four pieces. Then, this is how they should look once they're stuffed. Now, you will ladder stitch the arms onto the sides of the body. This is how the arms are going to look. Then you will do the same with the legs, ladder stitching them onto the bottom of the body. This is how the limbs should look. Now you will take two hand pieces and sew them together all the way around, leaving a small hole open at the bottom here. Then once they're stitched, it will look like this, then flip it right side out and now stuff it. Once they're stuffed, this will be the results. Now once you have stuffed it, push the thumb up to the fingers like this. Then once it's up there, do multiple stitches securing the thumb to the front of the fingers. This will be the result once the thumbs are stitched on. Now do a ladder stitch securing the hole at the top. Once you've stitched up the hand, you will then stitch it onto the arms, and these will be your hands. Then take your shoes and sew them together all the way around, leaving a small hole open at the bottom just like the hands. Once the shoes are stuffed, they'll look like this, but make sure that you stuffed yours more firmly than I did. Now, you will take your legs and ladder stitch the shoes onto them. These will be the sewn-on boots. Now, you will take some black thread and find the center of your arm. This will be helpful by folding the arm to find the center. Now that you've found the center, do a stitch in that same spot. Now that you have done that stitch, pull your needle around the arm back to your starting stitch. But you will not stitch through the same spot, but instead you will continue to loop the thread around the middle of the arm, creating a crease in the arm. Once you see a slight dent in your arm, that is when you can tie off the knot of your thread. Then, this will be the result. Make sure to repeat this process for the legs, and the legs will look like this. Now, take your hat top and hat pieces and sew them together along one straight edge of the hat piece. Once you have done that, it will look like this. Then, sew the short edges of the hat piece together, but if you have any excess fabric, you can cut that off to make the stitching easier. Then flip it right side out and it will look like this. Now, you will take your finished hat and place it on top of your Primid. Then once you have good placement for it, starting from the back, you will do a ladder stitch all the way around the head, making sure to stuff the hat as you go. Then, once you finish sewing on the hat, it will look like this. Now, you will take your feather and glue or sew it into the center of your hat. Or you can take a pipe cleaner about this short and then drill it into the center of the hat. Once it's drilled in, about half of it should be showing. Then, you will take the feather and glue or sew it into the pipe cleaner, and that should help it stabilize. You can also make the pipe cleaner the full length of the feather to help keep it more stable. This will be your result. I stitched this feather into the pipe cleaner, but on my old one I glued it on. But remember, you can always keep the pipe cleaner the full length of the feather to help keep it more stable and make it posable. Now cut out pairs of pieces that look like this. What you're going to do is take one piece and fold it over itself and sew it along itself on the short edge. You will do the same for the shorter pieces, sewing them along their shorter edge. But while you do this, you will sew them around the arm or leg, and the shorter piece is for the arm. If the pieces are too long, then what you can do is cut the excess length and just sew up the shorter edge like with the hat. Then, once you've sewn it up, flip it right side out and then you will ladder stitch it onto the hand. You will also do the same for the boot, but you will flip it inside itself at the top. Then, once they're ladder stitched on, they'll look like this. Then, these are your finished limbs. Now, you will take these two pieces and glue the red in the center. You will do the same with the eyes, gluing the pupils in the center of them like this. Then, once this is finished, it will look like this. And then, you will glue it on the center of the chest slightly under the necklace like this. Then, you will take your eyes and glue them somewhat far apart on the face. This will be the finished gluing. And now, as you did with the glove cuff, what you're going to do is cut out a similar strand for the legs. These pieces should look like this and barely be longer than the legs. You will then stitch them along this straight edge. And then once you have done that, you will flip them right side out and then ladder stitch them onto the body and they will look like this. And now, your plush is finished. If you made this plush or are planning to, leave a comment down below. Also don't forget to like, subscribe with notifications, and tell me what character I should make next. That's it for this tutorial and I'll see you guys next time. Now sew the two edges of the last piece in, leaving the top open so you can flip it right side out and stuff it. Gaming noobs. Now it will look like this. Next up, put it around the neck of your Primid. Guy 0.